Man, I hate that I'm going to kick this video off by saying this, but thank you, Jim. Thank you, Jim, for assembling this roster. Oy, oy, oy. This is what I'm talking about sometimes, man. The Vancouver Canucks, when they play well, and I mean they actually play well, this team can go. It's just the consistency, and when they really don't show up, you start to see all the cracks in what Jim Benning's philosophy was when he assembled this team. But hey, when the going gets good, it feels great. So thank you, Jim, for acquiring JT Miller from the Tampa Bay Lightning in that trade, because boy oh boy, this guy, bearing any future points in the next few minutes here from Nazem Kadri in the Colorado Avalanche game, Miller is tied for 6th in the NHL in total points with Nazem Kadri and Kirill Kaprizov of the Minnesota Wild. The only players that have more points than Miller this season are Austin Matthews, Johnny Gaudreau, Draisaitl, Huberdeau, and Connor McJesus. Holy crap, dude. Like, JT Miller is so good. How could you trade this guy now? How? How can you go out there and pull a Joe Thornton and trade this guy in the middle of the year when he's having, like, a top-of-the-year season amongst all the forwards in this league? Ay. JT Miller is absolutely fantastic, and he could have had way more points in this one. The Vancouver Canucks, by the way, sorry, I didn't get the formalities out of the way here first. It's a 6-3 victory for the Canucks in Rogers Arena against the New Jersey Devils and Jack Hughes. The first time in 7 gosh darn years that the Canucks have actually defeated this team. And the first time in the NHL that Quinn Hughes one-ups Jack Hughes. Now, Jack, he had more points, I get that, but still. This was a great game to watch in terms of the overall pace. This was fast, this was shifty. You saw the New Jersey Devils really come to life, and honestly, like, I was super anxious most of this game because the chances that the New Jersey Devils were getting in this one, especially at the earlier stages of the game, were spectacular. My goodness, Thatcher Demko had to show up to play in this one, and it starts out at the very beginning of the game because it's Luke Schenn who pinches in the offensive zone, which leads to the easiest predictable rush that you could have seen coming. Quinn Hughes is the defenseman back, and Pavel Zacha is the guy who backhands it on net. It's a grade A chance at the very start of the game, and Zacha gets taken down by Quinn Hughes into the corner boards. He leaves the game. He doesn't return. Very big piece of the lineup there getting removed from the game, and quite literally a big piece of the lineup. He's a pretty big dude. But eventually, it's JT Miller with an incredible drop pass after faking the break-in. He drops it over in the neutral zone to Brad Hunt, who comes in, catches the Devils on a change, grips it, rips it, and he scores. Brad Hunt has been one of the more productive Canucks defensemen this season, and he proves that here. After just coming right in and slapping it down on the rush, you'll see a few more of those kinds of goals as the game goes on, by the way, but this is an important one because it gives JT Miller his point streak extension. 13 straight games here for JT Miller points, and this Brad Hunt goal is the start of what is going to be a few more points. Thatcher Demko has to make a save to rob Andreas Janssen right away as well, and the rest of the period, I mean, there are a whole bunch of chances going both ways. Demko has to come up big. There's a really good Hughes cross-crease attempt to Miller that Daws robs on the one-timer. That was a really good play as well. Jack Hughes being as magnificent as he usually is. Hey, that's a pattern that we see pretty frequently whenever we watch Jack Hughes highlights, but he had himself a puck all alone in front that he shot high on Demko. The Devils just had so many great chances, and it was giving me anxiety as a viewer just watching them get these pucks towards the goal. Eventually, though, it's Brock Boeser who goes down low, feeds it out in front, Bo takes the shot, it bounces off of Nico Daws' glove, Hoglander on the rebound, knocks it in, it's 2-0 Vancouver right here. So there you go, an assist for Bo, an assist for Brock, and Hoggy finally getting back on the board here, consistently speaking, gives the Canucks a 2-0 lead. And then the Devils score. It's Igor Sharangovich who controls the puck for the Devils on the rush. He throws it over to Ryan Graves on the left side. He comes in, shoots it, and scores far side. Yeah, this is not a good one that Demko would like to have on his resume there. Just beats him clean, and he's caught laterally moving. It's a 2-1 game, and it's chances like these that really start to get me worried as to what the rest of the game is going to have in store, because the Devils had themselves just so many great chances that Demko had to throw it away earlier, and the second period was more of the same. There was a Jack Hughes rush once again. This guy, he's just like one of those mystical beings hopping on lily pads in a pond, just fluttering around the zone, finding himself open space and exploiting it to all heck. There was some great pressure from the Devils to start off the second period. There was a JT Miller breakaway set up by Quinn Hughes that was stopped by the right pad of Nico Daws. And then Tyler Myers in the offensive zone takes a shot that deflects away. There's a big juicy rebound, and it leads to a Jack Hughes breakaway. He just easily skates right by Myers because he's faster, he's nimbler, he's quicker. And he scores under the blocker. I don't even think he shot the puck where he actually wanted to go. It looked like he wanted to go 5-hole, but no. 5 minutes into the second, and it's now 2-2. These New Jersey goals, each coming off of turnovers and on the rush. And I'm starting to bite my nails, dude. I'm getting worried here. Now, JT Miller gets himself a whole bunch of chances, too. This is sort of where they talk about on the broadcast that, in like 27 minutes of play, Miller has 4 credited shots and 7 shot attempts. The guy is an absolute beast. But you know who else is a beast? Captain Bo. He steals the puck from Thomas Tatar at the Canucks blue line, drives it down the wing. He's got Jimmy Vesey on his right approaching him, so what does he do? He gets the puck at the Devils blue line, and he just blasts it. He clap bombs it from outside the faceoff circle. Slap shot goes right through Nico Daws, under the arm. It's 3-2 Vancouver. When he stole the puck, he had already been out there for a minute and a half on the shift, so absolute workhorse going out there and forcing a goal through after just a long, extended amount of time on the ice. And immediately after, it's JT Miller who springs Tanner Pearson on the right side, entering the zone. Pearson drops it back for Tyler Myers. Myers, he does the Sedin play. Henrik to Burrows. He slap passes it into the crease where Tanner Pearson is right there to deflect it in. 2 goals in 17 seconds here for the Vancouver Canucks. It's 4-2. This is the classic Sedin Burrows play. I cannot believe my eyes. Tyler Myers probably made the best play that he's ever made in a Vancouver Canucks sweater right there. Just chef's kiss all around. The awareness to drop it back, the awareness to slap pass it, and Tanner Pearson knowing exactly what he needed to do to put the puck in the net afterwards. Now, John Gillies enters the game. Nico Daws gets pulled. It's 4 goals on 21 shots, I believe. And a lot of these goals weren't really Daws' fault. I mean, sure, the Hunt one, you could have said that was his fault. You could say that you don't want to get Bo Horvat slap-shotting it on you from outside the face-off circle with no screen. The Hoglander goal, I mean, it wasn't really Daws' fault. And then you had yourselves, of course, the Tanner Pearson chance. I mean, you can't do anything about that one if you're Nico Daws. But John Gillies comes in, and the Canucks end up conceding a goal because, okay, what the heck was that? Demko made a save in front, and as he dropped to take the puck back, it's Nate Bastian who spins around and bats it in. It's now 4-3. Juho Lammikko is the guy right in front with Bastian, but he doesn't take the stick. This one just another whack goal that Demko would definitely like to have back. As he makes the initial save, he just doesn't get the rebound in time. Bastian is there to swat it in. And I'm getting more and more worried as the period goes on after this goal is scored, because the Canucks go 6 minutes or something, 7 minutes without a shot. Eventually, Tyler Mott takes a penalty, and it's a double minor for high-sticking Andreas Janssen. He's bleeding. Oy, oy, oy. This is not good for the Vancouver Canucks right here. Now, fortunately, they killed it off. And the Canucks actually had themselves a little bit more than just, they killed it off, to get excited for. Because, hey, the Devils also lead the NHL in shorthanded goals against. And it's JT Miller who throws it over to the side for Quinn Hughes. He stops up, he waits, he sees Bo going right down the middle. Hughes with the pass to Horvat instead of dumping it down. Horvat takes it, goes right by Dougie Hamilton. He grips it and he rips it right before the hash marks 2. Bo Horvat gets a shorthanded goal on John Gillies off the post and in. there you go. New Jersey's leading the NHL in shorthanded goals because of that goal right there. What a pass from Quinn. The heads-up awareness to pass it instead of dumping it out. It's 5-3 Vancouver. The penalty gets killed. We have ourselves a few more chances here, but eventually it's a Juho Lammikko goal to make things 6-3. Luke Schenn takes the shot, and it's tipped in by Lammikko. It looked like a high stick to me, to be honest, but they didn't review it, so there you go. Good goal. Love to see that right there. The Canucks also get themselves a power play, and it's just one power play. They don't really look too good on it, but like, during the power play, they were already winning 5-3 or whatever it was, and there was like 8 minutes left in the third period, so it wasn't really like the most important deal in the world. Still, just seeing the Canucks go out there and finally break the streak, finally defeat New Jersey, finally get things done against this gosh darn Devils team and Jack Hughes. Ay. That was an exhausting 2 points to watch them get. The Vancouver Canucks ultimately win this one. JT Miller extends his point streak, and he is now still one of the top 10 players in the entire NHL in points. I cannot believe this dude. He has already bested his 2019-20 season production. Like, he's so good. They said it on the broadcast. We're running out of superlatives to talk about how dominant JT Miller has been this season, and this 13-game point streak kind of proves that. So, talk to me in the comments, what do you think about the Canucks going out there and beating the New Jersey Devils? It is 6-3. They finally beat the streak. I hope you enjoyed this picture. Trolls 99, and bye.